Hey, check this out. Is this the end of Flutter and React native development? Here, the Android team is announcing a tool coming to Android Studio later this year to transform and migrate a native iOS app into a native Android app. Check it out.
One last thing,
Let's give you an early sneak peek,
like really early.
super early, into a suite of tools we're building to easily migrate and extend your app to Android, regardless of whether your source is React Native, a web framework, or even iOS.
So let's say your company is looking to expand an existing iOS app to Android's over 3 billion users. To make this a matter of hours rather than weeks, we're experimenting with a new migration assistant in Android Studio. Here's how we're thinking for doing this. I go to File, New Project, and then select Migrate to New Project. I can choose which app I want to migrate. Okay. Then I can decide whether I want to let the AI make decisions for me or whether I prefer to be more involved by selecting guided migration. I can attach reference images or even some custom skills. But then, instead of doing the validation myself, I can let the agent handle that for me with journeys. It creates a set of natural language instructions following our app's user journeys. And then the agent executes, evaluates, and iterates on the app.
Just for this demo, we've selected this open source project called Metropolis. It's a gamified companion for the public transit network in Paris. It's really fun. You get points when you track your routes and badges when you ride the full length of a transit line.
We ran the migration earlier and then spent a bit of time on a few polished tasks, like adding Maps SDK support and fancier animations. Do you want to see?
I want to see. Do you all want to see?
Okay, so here's the iOS simulator and the app running in the iOS simulator, and then the Android app in an emulator. So let's say that we want to take the metro number 1. Then we press Start Travel. And then we go from La Défense to Les Sablons. And then Confirm Journey. Well, look at all the progress the agent made for us. Okay, let's see how we got here. So the Android Studio's migration assistant first creates the feature mapping, and only afterwards the project plan. Since the agent knows the typical iOS and Android projects, the agent looks at the Xcode storyboard to create the corresponding Android screens. It knows how to handle things like migrating strings from iOS to Android, and even how to convert assets like SVGs and PDFs to vector drawables. And then, when implementing the Android code, libraries like Jetpack Compose, Broom, and View models are used, together with best practices like predictive back navigation. To perfect your app and make it production ready, you can use all the great agents and tools that are already within Android Studio, since this is a native Android app. The migration assistant is coming to Android Studio later this year. We are all...
Man, what's going on with the Flutter and React native developers? I think this is a sad day for these developers. And the whole keynote, if you notice, not a single mention for Flutter. Not even once. Thank you. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.